Hey, you guy! Swear to God, 99% of you better get that or I'm either gonna spank you or slap you, depending which one you guys are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will get spanked. That's right. Hey guys, Jay here with another episode of Jason Knows Nothing. Episode 3, we've come a long way. This week's episode is actually kind of different because I was actually going to just do a bullshit topic on a bullshit day with bullshit rambling. But I decided to do a last minute type change because tonight I'm going to New York City with a few good friends of mine to see the Yankees beat the crap out of Canada's favorite team, the Toronto Blue Jays. And,
Canada?
Yes, Canada. And with me today is one of my closest friends. He's a good guy. We've known each other since technically middle school, became friends in high school, and now, like a herpy, he's here for life. Josh Getz.
Yeah.
How are you, buddy?
I'm great, man.
How's life?
So far, so good. It's been an interesting last 3-4 years.
Has it been? Why is that?
Because I'm a dad now.
He is a dad. How is baby Roman?
Ooh, he's great. He's beautiful. This kid won the genetic lottery. He's got no problems. He sleeps well. He eats well. He's intelligent. And he looks like daddy, so you know he's gorgeous.
He's got the legendary Getz head, so
That's right.
He is definitely primed for football should he choose to go on the athletic route.
You never know. He's a fine German boy. Maybe he'll be a baseball star in his own right. High school, maybe. We'll see.
Just not for the Blue Jays.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, man, trucking along, doing my professional photography. It's okay to say that, buddy. It's okay.
So I can't say professional.
You can
professional.
say professional.
Okay. So about that, that's what we're here to talk about mainly, amongst other things.
Sure.
How's that coming along for you?
Great, man. Last 2 years, I've actually seen growth, which is more than a lot of other new business ventures can say. A very steady stream of clients, thanks to a lot of push from a company called Creative Works, which is in Stroudsburg. They do websites and advertising and overall marketing for a lot of the small businesses around here. And they have me on retainer to do photos with property photos or headshots or product photos or food photos for all the various small businesses around here. And it's picked up quite a bit. We've got some really great sets done with all sorts of stuff, like a ski shop. We did a bar and restaurant. We did all sorts of stuff. It's really crazy. Did a winery, that was fun. It's tricky with bottles because of all the reflection, but with the right filters and the right lighting, and it's been great.
Yeah, man, you come such a long way. Like, I remember when I first started working with you, I got a chance to work with you. Me and Kevin, we did a little bit of side project, and while you were working with a couple of girls, a couple of scenery there, and it's good to hear that you're coming along from, a vision, I guess, to say, because
Right.
you were talking about it. And the one thing I will say, all jokes aside, I've always dicked around with you, always joked around. The one thing I've always respected about you is that you've always had a passion for something, and this is one thing that I've noticed you've had a strong obsession towards to make work.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I finally went through with it. You talk to me and Kevin or me and Mike all the time. We always wanted to just do something, and while we did tiny steps like me and Mike with various bands or just recording and finishing albums here and there. With this specific thing, I actually finally took that step, legally created the LLC. I just got done with my taxes, and the taxes were all good, and it was really surreal to see a profit over all the, because all the equipment I have is professional grade equipment.
Sure.
I'm rolling with a Canon 5D Mark IV, which is their latest and greatest, and the versatility is great. I've been getting a lot of jobs with Mount Airy. I work at Mount Airy, but I've gotten in there, so they let me do all of their entertainment shots last summer, and that went well, so they locked me in for this summer already. So I'll be at the club, I'll be at the outdoor stage. Really excited for the lineup there. They got, unfortunately, Huey Lewis and the News is out, but Earth, Wind & Fire is still in one of the classic groups. I'm really excited to work with those guys.
When are you going to bring Hailstorm to the casino?
You never know, man.
I want Hailstorm.
They're building that pavilion now.
They are.
So that could be a close to year-round thing.
Nice.
So
Because that'd
we'll
be a pretty
see
cool
what
gig to do. What got you into photography? Let me ask you that, because I don't think I've ever did. Because
honestly, I did some in college, but we didn't use cameras in the photography courses. It was a really small course, but I never actually owned a camera until after I got the entertainment job at Mount Airy. So they had a camera at Mount Airy. It was a Canon T6, and I found myself having a pretty good eye for things because they'd have me take pictures of all sorts of stuff. So I would be taking pictures of new food items, just taking pictures of performers at the Step and Repeat during our meet and greets and stuff. A Step and Repeat is basically just a banner that repeats a logo.
Okay.
And then people step and repeat.
The name is so catchy.
Yeah, it's great. So after that, I ended up buying my first mid-range camera. It was a Canon SL1. SL just stands for super light because it was a super light. And I ended up creating some really good stock photos that sold well of just things in the fall around my community. It was really strange, and I ended up selling a lot of that stuff in Fotolia. I also recently was accepted as a iStock photo contributor from Getty Images too.
Nice. Which
Which is actually harder to do than most people would think. You have to submit quality work, and they're like, well, do we want him as a contributor or not? Because their royalties are pretty good. It's 15% and up, which is huge in the photo world. But yeah, after I got that camera, people kept telling me, you should do this professionally. And I'm like, yeah, I've learned the technical aspect of it because that stuff has always really come easy to me. And I ended up buying my first professional grade camera, which was the Canon 5D Mark III, because it was the industry standard. So why would I have anything else? Why would I sell myself short? Go big, go home.
Exactly.
So I did that. After doing a lot of charity work, I worked with Camp Papillion, which is a great animal shelter around here. They're located in Snydersville. I did a whole bunch of events with them pro bono because you got to get your name out there. You got to network. And then the way I got with Creative Works by way of a really nice lady who's got a fantastic eye and ear and mind for event planning was Jessica Smith. She's a creative director and a management consultant at Creative Works, and I did an event with her from the B.W. Nice Foundation, which is a businesswomen event that they had in November. And when she got the photos back that I did there, she loved it, right? So the rest is history with that. So that, and then I got into, you were on a lot of my shoots. You and Kevin helped me out a lot with with a lot of the girls that we've done all sorts of different kind of tasteful photo shoots with. And everybody's, had some really good feedback about the work, and I'm still going to be doing that. Those self-funded shoots are fun, it's just, sometimes it's tough to get a bunch of girls all in one spot because everybody's schedules are different or whatever, but we're getting into the warm season. And
are we though? Are we ever going to see spring?
Yeah, no, I just read an article that the United States, the whole United States has set like record lows for April, and I was thinking to myself the other day, I'm like, I don't remember an April like this.
No.
And then it held true.
It snowed.
Yeah.
I saw snow in April. You know how sad I swear to Christ, if it snows on my birthday, I'm moving.
We had that April Fool's snowstorm that one year. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, and that was probably the latest snowstorm that I can remember.
Yeah.
Other than maybe a freak one in May that didn't last long. But I don't know, man. All I know is tonight at the stadium, it's going to be cold.
That's why you layer up, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't even bring my hat because I got a nice thick Carhartt beanie. And I don't want people knowing I'm a Blue Jays fan.
Oh, so you're not going to be proud that you're representing...
I just don't know, because you know why? I really think they're going to win this time because they've never won every single time I've gone.
This is true.
So
I'm going with you because I want to see the Yankee win again.
But yeah, that's it's a very interesting weather pattern we've got here.
You think it's going to rain tonight? I hope it doesn't rain tonight.
It's supposed to rain until 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Game's at 6, so it might be okay. However, since it's a late game, they might postpone it instead of push it back. They might reschedule instead of
no
pushing
bueno.
it back.
No bueno. Can't do that.
So we'll see, though. We shall see. So yeah, that's the story of how Joshy got into photography. The name of the company is Royal Cloud Photography. It's a subsidiary of the overall umbrella company I started called G-Craft Solutions, which does a whole bunch of different things. And
now, are you willing to branch out, like, beyond? Because I think for the most part you're kind of local. I mean, you did some stuff in New York, but are you willing to branch out to, like, maybe LA?
Oh, I
Vegas?
would absolutely travel for if there's like magazine comps out there. They fly you out, they pay you, they make everything's super easy. Mm-hmm. So I've heard. That will create an interesting situation for the family life, depending on how long I'm out there, what I'm shooting and whatnot. But I would absolutely do anything out there or anywhere.
I'm sure if you could bring the family along to like a Vegas trip, they'll be more than obliged to help you go pursue this.
But the hard thing is there's so many good photographers out there. But the good thing is a lot of us kind of look out for each other. It's not just like, oh, that guy's garbage. Everybody has their own style. I actually don't think I've met a bad photographer. The only thing that I don't really like is somebody who calls themselves a photographer and then they shoot in like full auto instead of manual mode. Like,
now explain to the amateurs, like maybe myself. Actually, no, I do know a little bit about this. What's the difference between what you just said and auto mode? Like what?
Well,
I guess it's
full auto is basically letting your camera decide based on the information that it has via conditions, what the best settings are as far as your aperture, your shutter speed, and your white balance. So shooting in manual, you determine all those things based off of trial and error or just experience, instead of using. There's a bunch of different auto modes. So there's TV, which is shutter priority. There's AV, which is aperture priority, and then they have certain cameras have like a sports mode, which is basically a shutter priority, because the higher your shutter speed, the better you're gonna be able to capture things in motion. And then aperture priority is usually used for brightness, so things that are sitting still will be way more balanced if you're using that mode if you don't really know what you're doing in manual mode.
Now tell me this. In a world today where basically computers are running everything, can it be easier now to deceive people and saying, oh yeah, I did this all me, this was all manual, but in reality you just flipped the switch and said, oh, it's all really automatic?
Absolutely, but if, let's say someone's saying that they're pro photographer, right? Pro photographer, let's say they used a cell phone, and let's say your client wants all the metadata. The metadata is going to give them all the settings. So I have to submit that all the time. So if a client of mine wants to know what camera I used, what date it was, what lens I used, all that information has to be available then when I export everything from Adobe Lightroom or Photoshop.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you're kind of going to be stuck if you're purveying yourself as this know-it-all, and they see that you used a full auto mode for a picture that you said took you how long to do or whatever.
Now you got to back your shit up, and those guys can't.
Yeah. There's not a lot of people out there like that, though.
Yeah.
So,
do you think photography these days they don't get the credit they deserve because of technology like that? Because back in the day, because I took photography back in high school, and it was a pain in the ass to just develop shit in a dark room.
It's definitely evolved because for me, take me for instance. I don't think I would have gotten into photography if it was still film. I don't know that I would want to do that. I like having the preview screen after I take a picture to make sure I got the right shot instead of guesswork.
Right.
Now, that'll bring your chops up, but it's just best way to say it is it's just easier.
Yeah.
Now, with cell phones now, there's a bit too many people that think cameras like mine are going to be obsolete because cell phones have become really good. And it's true. I mean, you look at Apple's newest phones, they have great cameras on them, but the bokeh that it's creating, that depth of field and the portrait mode that they have produced, that's actually a digital bokeh. That's not a bokeh based on a depth of field, like an actual depth of field that you will get from a camera lens.
Yeah.
So you'll notice if there's too much of one color in a photo, that when you use it with an iPhone, that picture will sometimes be too feathered around. Say if someone's wearing a white hat, maybe the whole hat will be blurred out because that's how the technology is interpreting it. They're getting better at it, but quite honestly, I just don't think you can get, not right now anyway, you can get the same quality and option base that you would normally get with a professional camera. I mean, I have interchangeable lenses. I mean, how are you going to use an off-camera flash with an iPhone?
Sure.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's probably the biggest benefit is all of the equipment you can use to create a lighting atmosphere and the detail that you would get with a professional-grade camera and camera setup.
Plus, I think smartphones are pretty much better for, like, Instagram posts, pretty much.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. See, I'm never against change because there might become a point where cell phones, for whatever reason, take over professional photography. And some photographers have been challenged to do that now, and they haven't really been able to do it as well as they wanted to because of all the options. But I think for now, you're right. It's just going to be more of a social media thing. The portrait mode thing is cool. Like, I have to admit, when I saw it, I was like, that looks pretty good. However, every photo taken gets edited. So what you're seeing, you really got to take with a grain of rice. That's not going to be how it's captured all the time, unless you're just using natural lighting outside. Natural lighting's the best lighting.
Very true.
Especially cloudy days like today. The clouds act as one big softbox. It's the best.
I'm going to pretend I know what you just said there. But that's cool, man. So, anything else you got for me regarding that?
No, it's pretty straightforward. I'm rolling right along. Hopefully next year we'll grow even more. Being locked in already for the summer with Mount Airy is a big boost because on top of that I'll get more work.
Right.
So yeah.
You think you're looking to hire photographers in the future? Not like near future, but we're talking maybe once there's more growth and.
Yeah, I'd like to open a studio and do kind of the grinder work and stuff to keep the business flowing, but then have sort of the more high profile stuff done by myself or somebody I trust that is talented and go that route.
Cool.
Eventually.
Can you do me a headshot one of these days?
Yeah. You do actually already have pretty good headshots that I understand were quite expensive.
Oh, this was back in my acting days, though.
Right.
They need to be highly updated because...
We should do some photos for your podcast.
Sure. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I want to get a hold of you before this summer, or this winter would a great time to do this because I want to get my Jon Snow costume on.
There you go.
And during the blizzard that happened this past winter.
Yeah, Mike Slammer had a fantastic idea getting you in the Jon Snow thing, going in the woods while it's snowing.
I should have done it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike has become quite the shutterbug himself. So I mean,
I like the work that he sent me. That's on my profile picture now on Facebook. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was nice. So. Candid shots are the best shots. They always are.
That was semi-candid though, because I'm on my phone, I was texting someone, and then I look up and I can see someone looking at me, and I'm like, I got better be Mike, or I'm just going home.
Yeah, that was a classic Jay look. He was right. It's a classic Jay look.
It's what I give. It's what I deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to bring him out here too, because I know you guys both want to speak.
Yeah,
and get in the same room.
We should do. I think me and Mike should do a podcast with you together, so we can talk about our past musical adventures, because there's a lot of stories to tell.
Like, oh yeah,
and it's all good stuff too. Like there's not a whole lot of bad that happened during me and Mike's tenure as best friend musicians. Basically, we did everything together.
That was a cool run. I liked it. Yeah. What was it, Monroe, Michigan, right? You guys were obsessed with that song.
Was an epic that, it was the brainchild of Mike. Before we actually even connected, he had this song, and then I put my twist on it, because then I was singing.
Yeah.
Now I'm more of a drummer, as much as I'd love to get back into singing again. You never know what happens, but... Mm-hmm. But we'll save that kind of conversation for
definitely.
Another day.
He's definitely down for that. You are down for that. So we just got to make magic happen and get you guys in one room.
Oh yeah.
So that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be great.
Do you have any questions for me?
Dude,
let me know something.
Do you need another microphone? Because I have a broadcast BZID microphone that I bought off B&H Photo because it was on sale for $300 that I've not even used once, and it's a super high quality production grade broadcast microphone that I think you would love.
I might. I already have two microphones. A third wouldn't hurt.
You don't have this microphone.
I don't have that microphone.
This could be your main microphone.
Well, maybe. Let me take a look at it, and maybe I'll take it from you.
When we gotta when we do a video one next, I want to come down and do some lighting for you or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. That's the one thing I want to get going with the podcast. I want to do more YouTube related stuff, and right now it's except for the pilot episode, everything's just been audio, and I kind of want to get more video involved. So
next time we do one, like if we do it at your house, I'll bring the microphone so we can try it out.
Sounds like a plan.
It's fun.
All right, and what is it? 1:30? It's past 1:30 now. We should be getting ready to head out, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be getting some fucking food. Josh, he's hungry.
And Yankees beating Canada.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think that is all for today. Thank you for listening. And again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like my Instagram. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud. And I don't think I have anything else for now. If I do, I'll whore myself out on that network too. And again, thank you, Josh.
Hey,
my buddy, my compadre.
Thank you for having me on your show. There'll be a few more. If anybody wants to check out my website, you can go royalcloudphoto.com or gcraftsolutions.com. And we're on Facebook and Instagram. You can see some of our work there.
And they are good pictures, not going to lie. They are pretty awesome, man. So, all right, you guys, that'll be all. And I'll be posting pictures on tonight's game. Maybe a little bit buzzed, maybe a little bit happy. Either way, it's going to be a good time.
We'll see.
All right, guys. Have a good run. I'll see you next week.